Coach, a chance to kind of stretch your legs a little bit, play a lot of guys. What's kind of mood in the clubhouse right now?
Well, it's good. I mean, on a day like that, everybody gets to play. A relaxed baseball game for the most part. That guy pitched really good against us last year, so I think they were they knew they had to have a better approach than what they had last year, and our guys did a great job. They spent all afternoon hitting left-handed breaking balls off the machine, trying to get ready for their starting pitcher, and it paid off.
When you have a game where you don't have to throw anybody more than 2 innings, how well does that set you up for the weekend?
It does, and it also lets us pitch these guys too. I mean, we don't wear anybody out. A lot of the guys, Casey Hunt, if he could have pitched tonight, he probably would have liked to. They're just not, when you put your real guys in a big lead, they usually don't pitch too well, so it doesn't bother them. But getting these guys out here tonight, and we've been working on some things with Tyson Harden and Tyler Davis, and Logan Forsythe looked better, and Will Gibbs looked better. Now, those young kids got to go out there and do it in pressure moments. They do it nice when we have a big lead. They need to go out there and be able to pitch when we have pressure on the game.
Coach Cheatham was a guy that was kind of pressing the service last year once he got healthy, and it looked like he had some pretty good stuff tonight. Rolled up a double play ball there and didn't get to play there. But what were your impressions of him tonight?
Yeah, I thought he was good. I mean, he's throwing the breaking ball for a strike a lot more, and had some bad luck. I mean, not only the ground ball but the chop ball too. I thought he was pretty good in there. I thought those last three guys were pounding the strike zone pretty good.
Austin Luke's captain, they did that first season. But how have you seen him lead the team through this stretch?
He's just steady Eddie. He shows up every day. He's been through it, and he's got a really good mindset about him. A very unselfish player. So whatever you need from me, I need to catch. I need to play first. Where I need to hit in the lineup, and I think that goes through the whole ball club.
Quick turnaround. I mean, what are your early impressions of Alabama from what you've seen from them this season?
They're good. I mean, their lineup is, I think, 8 returners from last year, or guys that were in an everyday lineup last year. So they had a really good start of the season. Their SEC play, they probably disappointed a game or two, but they've played a tough schedule. Our whole league is tough right now, so it's not many easy teams that you play in SEC. But and then they got some power arms. We're going to have to go in and face some real power arms. They've pitched well, defended well, played well. I mean, they've been a top 25 team, I think, until the last week or so.
You mentioned last weekend, the team knowing that you guys got some, games to make up in the standings. I mean, it's still early April, but do you feel that sense of urgency, from your team going into this weekend?
Well, I do. I mean, we have to. I mean, there's no, we can't sit back, and wait and think it's going to happen. We got to go and take care of things this weekend and play good baseball. Really, the message has been about getting better every day. And so, get to Tuscaloosa and get a couple wins and get back home and shoot. I mean, just keep playing. I mean, it's all we can control right now.
I guess how do you balance, that understanding of needing to win with how you said before, you like your guys being relaxed?
Well, that's a little tough right now. That's probably one of the harder dynamics. And when you play schools like this, when the expectation's so high, that's the balancing act that we're having to figure out. Now, our guys are doing a pretty good job of it right now, just trying to get better. I know it's a very simple statement, but for us, we have a couple things we know we really need to improve in. But if we could improve in those areas, we'll be an all right ball club.
Kate gave you a couple of good innings last weekend. I know you're still kind of bringing him back, but where do you see him right now, and what would you like to see from him this weekend?
We're just going to stretch him some more. We're going to try to get another inning or two out of him, and then another inning or two out of him the following week to get him back. I think he's about 2 weeks from being, full go like he normally would. But his stuff was really good last week. I mean, our whole preseason, he didn't throw that good as he did in the last couple outings. Last week's outing, but we had a rehab outing or two where the ball's really coming out of his hand like it did last year.
Where do you feel like you are right now, maybe establishing some of these roles? I know it's kind of been musical chairs at times with guys in and out, but it seems like you got the full complement of your guys, back with the exception of Pico. So, how do you feel like maybe you're getting some things settled?
Yeah, I do. I hopefully we got an extra arm or 2 or 3 in the weekend to help us compete, and it puts guys in better roles. It's kind of hard to map it out right now because the weather looks so crazy for this weekend. So how we play and what we do, we may have doubleheader or rain delays, or it just looks like a crazy weekend right now. Maybe it changed during the game, but I don't know. The weather will dictate a little bit of how we pitch because we have to pitch to win 2 every weekend now for the most part, and try to figure out how we can get our guys to get 2.
I know you had said a month or so ago that you were hopeful to get Pico this season. I guess what transpired that kind of led to him having to sit out the rest of the year?
We ran it with those 3 guys. We're on rehab, throwing, working, and when they got to the mounds, Pico's just never felt right. And so he had the doc look at it and took him in and just, you don't want to run straight to the MRI machine every time those happen. So you try to rehab him back and everything else, and his just never responded. So they were a pretty big blow for us because he's, one of the better left-handers I would think in our league. And not having him this spring is affected us, but we have to move past it and go, and he'll be fine. He's got a great doc, and he's such a tough kid. He'll come back and probably be as good as ever.
I don't need a big dissertation on this, but it seems like it's almost like a ticking time bomb sometimes around college baseball with these arms, and it just. Is there anything you can equate it to? Is it the rise in velo or spin rate, or what are you seeing as an insider here in college baseball?
Well, it's not just college baseball. It's high school baseball. It is pro baseball. It is everywhere, and I think it's the ticking velo is the biggest thing. I mean, guys don't even throw as much as they used to. I think, as guys used to throw on Saturday, complete game, pitch a inning on Wednesday, throw on the weekend. And nowadays, everybody's so specialized, and it's just the velo's so crazy now compared to when I played. So you barely saw a guy that hit 90 mile an hour, and now it's if you don't hit 90 mile an hour, you're barely playing. So I think that's one of the biggest things that you're seeing across the board. I mean, we train and do and prehab more than anybody, and it's just it is a tough dynamic that's out there.
And you've been a guy too that's been very careful with these guys too. Like if there's any sign of arm trouble, you kind of shut guys down. And what can you do as a coach at this point to kind of protect against some of that?
Pray. I mean, that's like I feel like I'm praying a lot more these days. But yeah, I mean, just trying to be in great routines and programs and trying to build the shoulders as strong as you can. I think that's the core as strong as you can. Is one of the hardest parts. I think that's because it's just a lot of the harder you throw, the greater chance you have to get hurt. And that's just it's a bad. Everybody wants to throw hard too, and we want them to throw hard. So that's the hard part.
Luke, big series heading up on the road against a team you're very familiar with. What are your thoughts about this Alabama baseball program?
I think that they're a really good team. They've been really good the past couple of years. We're going to have to go there and we're going to have to play good. We're going to have to compete against them. I think they got some really good arms, good position players. So it'll be a tough series, but looking forward to it. Every SEC series is tough, so we just got to be ready to play.
How big was it for y'all to kind of get a game like this today? You see a lot of guys get in, rest of the pitchers not have to go too long, just to set up for this weekend.
I think it was good getting a lot of guys in there early in the game because they work just as hard as all of us do that are playing every day. So to see some of them get some hits, make some good pitches is really big for us, and just excited for them.
It seems like every time we go to Alabama, something crazy happens. Whether it's a big ejection or there was a runner interference call with Kellen last time, it's like, how can you prepare for the unexpected? I mean, it seems like Alabama, something weird always happens.
I don't really know if you can prepare for the unexpected. You just have to be ready to adapt on the fly when something unexpected happens, and just gotta compete. Just those strikes, make the plays, timely hitting, and hopefully we do that this weekend.
These past week or so, we've really seen Slate and Dakota really kind of hit their stride. What have you seen from those two guys, and how much did they help your lineup out when they're playing well?
Oh, they help us tremendously. They were our 3 and I think 5-hole on opening day. So for them to be back in there and swinging it good, it's only going to help us. They worked extremely hard, and I knew it was just a matter of time before both of them got rolling, and right now they are.
Luke, as a captain, can you just kind of tell us how it's been to lead this team through the ups and downs of the season so far?
Yeah, it's been tough. Every season's tough. You always got their ups and downs. I just try to keep the guys just focus on that day, never look ahead. Because, if you look ahead, we looked ahead today, they could have come out and beat us. That's how baseball is. So you just have to be present that day, be where your feet are, and just play the game hard.
I guess how do you, as a player, kind of balance the dynamic of this weekend, knowing it's still early in the season, you want to play relaxed, but there is that sense of urgency of wanting to make up games in the standings as well.
Right. That was us this past weekend too. We knew that we had to play good baseball, and the same goes for this weekend. We got to be ready to play when we get there on Thursday afternoon. Have a good BP, and then just play baseball. That's what we've been doing since we were 4 or 5 years old. So we just got to be ready to go.
It felt like maybe you guys took a step this past weekend. I mean, you arguably could have won the series, but so, how do you feel? Obviously, you lost the series, but maybe what did that weekend do for the clubhouse?
I think it helped us. I mean, played good on, I guess, Thursday night. We're in the game, lost by a couple runs, and then Friday we won the game, so we felt great. And then Saturday I felt like we were in the game pretty much until right there at the end. Played good for pretty much 7 innings, and then just couldn't do anything right. So I mean, we were in that series. It was a competitive series. I know the scores on Friday and Saturday might not say that, but it was a competitive series. So we just got to be ready to go this weekend.
As a catcher,
having
you work
a-
with,
Go ahead.
as a catcher, you work with the pitching staff a lot. I guess how much does it mean going forward when you're getting guys back like Cade?
Oh, it's huge for us. Cage is a huge piece for this team. We missed him whenever he was out for sure, and see him come out, I guess on Friday night against them, he pitched really good those 2 innings. His velocity was back, commanding the ball good, so that's huge for us going forward.
It's along with Cade. I mean, you're getting some other guys back healthy and kind of starting to fill out that, the full arsenal you'll have. I guess how confident are you in this pitching staff's ability to kind of turn the corner and get some better results?
I'm very confident in them. They were great all fall for us. They were great in the spring for us. I mean, they have to go out there and just be ready to compete from the first pitch of the game. I hope on Thursday we don't throw it and they hit another homer for the first pitch like the last 3 games. I've never seen that. But I mean, they're ready to go. Coach Fox has them in a great spot right now. They've improved a lot over the last couple weeks, and I can see them continuing to do that.
Maybe call one in the dirt, on the first pitch Thursday.
Something.
The coaching staff has obviously, taken a lot of criticism for some of the struggles this season. I mean, do you guys feel as players like if you want to play for them a bit, you have that chip on your shoulder?
Right. Yeah. I mean, they're not the ones playing the game. We're the ones out there playing the game. Some of them might get the bad stuff said about them. We might too, but I mean, we're the ones out there every single day. It's not them. They have us ready to go, and they have since day one. We just got to execute better.